Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Toot here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to interview round 3 with Ben Bruce from Asking Alexandria. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing over there? How's your day been?
It's been pretty good. It's only just starting. It's at 11 o'clock in the morning. I've only had 2 coffees, so I'm ready for number 3.
Well, we're excited to have you back on. And before we actually dive into the music, I know that you're now living in Charleston. And I heard this story about how you and the family moved in. You were kind of like the neighborhood's shiny new toy. And now you are the rock star of the community. So was it really like that? Just kind of out of a movie, the way everybody was so welcoming with it all?
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like it. Quite literally, we were bought like food baskets and all kinds of stuff from neighbors and everything. And they've all been so kind and nice too. Like every time I go out of town, they come over and they check on Sierra, my wife, and they check on my kids and they make sure that they're okay. And I have all their numbers. Like if they need anything at all while you're away, just let us know. So it's
That's
just
lovely.
I know. And we bought a big lot of land. Probably like 10-15 minutes away, right next to the beach, and we were going to build our dream house on it, and we were just like, no way, we're not leaving this neighborhood. We love it here.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic to hear. Well, I'm glad to hear things are going so well. And of course, that definitely leads into the music aspect because this new single, everyone is absolutely hyped on it. And the band will soon, very soon, release your 7th studio record, See What's on the Inside. So does it feel a little surreal? You're so close to sharing all this new music with everyone.
It's so weird, and we've done it in such a different way than we've ever done it before too. There's one single, that's it, and normally,
Right.
especially now, because record sales kind of have just gone choo 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 for everyone. The aim of the game now is to get as many streams as you possibly can before a record comes out. So people are like, here's a single, here's a single, here's a single, here's a single. And we haven't done that. We're like, here's a single, enjoy it. And then we're gonna drop the record, and I don't know, I'm excited.
What exactly runs through your mind gearing up to releasing an album aside from excitement? Are there nerves still, or now that you've done this for quite some time, have those gone away?
Um, I'm not. No, I'm not nervous. I'm just really excited. I'm really, really proud of this record. We're always proud of every record because we do it with the best of our abilities and intentions while we're doing it. But this one we did in such a different way, and it was so monumentally important to the 5 of us behind the scenes, just how we reconnected as friends after all these years. It's really something special to us, so I'm just excited to share it with people. And it's if people like it, hell yeah, and if they don't, there's not much I can do. It's 5 of
Right.
us with our instruments, and that's as far as this record goes. Let's the 5 of us jam like we're in an actual band again.
When it comes to the single being Alone Again, it's such an anthemic track. And just speaking to you, mentioning reconnecting there, it was all 5 of you in the band who co-wrote the song. So tell me about that experience of being in the studio in the same room together, all 5 of you again. Was it kind of just like riding a bicycle?
It was so exciting. It was like when we did, I keep referring to it like as to when we did Stand Up and Scream, because when we did that record, there was 5 of us and we were so excited and we had no expectations. We had no knowledge of what was about to come. There was nothing. It was just 5 guys in love with what they were doing, and just having a good time. And somewhere over the last 10 years, that kind of gets lost in translation when you start doing it for a living. So we wanted to recapture that, and we wanted to go back to being absolutely in love with this, just for the fact that we're in the sake that we're in love with it. And so being able to sit there in the studio and jam a guitar riff and actually have the guys there to feed off of that and throw energy around the room, it was insane. It was so much fun. And I think when you listen to this record, you can feel it and you can hear it. And there's a song on the album called Fame, and at the end of it, just completely unprepared, we all just start ripping at the very end of the song. And
Awesome.
as soon as the song finishes, obviously the track is still recording in the studio, and it picks up just a laughter, like pure organic laughter from James's drum mic. And I heard it and I said to the producer, you can't cut that. You got to
Yeah,
leave
you
that.
have to keep it on the song.
It just shows, like, we finished the song and he just starts laughing because he's had such a good time. And I feel like that's how this whole record was created. And so everyone that's listened to it has picked up on the energy that the record has. So I think we captured it, which is good.
People absolutely love hearing about those little Easter eggs, and the fact that you left the laugh on. It just shows how genuine the actual reunion of everyone together in that one spot is. So I can't wait to hear that. I love the story behind it too. When it did come to the co-writing aspect, was that fairly easy for all of you? Like, were you on the same page for the most part? Because it sounds like it was really simple, which is amazing.
Yeah, it was super easy. We didn't like have any expectations going in as to, well, we want it to sound like this, or what band's doing well at the moment. Oh, they're doing well, so let's definitely go down that. It was just, we just wanted to feel like we did when we were kids, and we put on that Metallica self-titled album for the first time and our minds were blown. Or you put on Led Zeppelin 4 and you're just like, wow, this is an insane journey. We just wanted to feel that way again. And so, we did, and there was never any, well, this is what the song needs to sound like, so your idea sucks and we're sticking with this one. It was always just a collaborative effort of just, I can't tell you how many smiles there must have been in that. And Danny brought his camera. Danny's a fantastic photographer, and he brought his camera to the studio, and he captured the whole thing, the whole 5-6 weeks, however long we were there, through his lens. And when I got home and I showed my wife the pictures, the first thing she said was, my God, look how happy you all look. And I was like, oh yeah, every single picture, it's like not just smiling at the camera, they're candid, you're not looking at the camera, you're just fucking laughing. And he captured all those moments.
That's wonderful.
That's how it was writing with each other again.
I love hearing how easy and effortless it was to just kind of get back on that horse and ride away. And also when it comes to that, just hearing that you actually went into the studio, kind of reflecting on those first metal loves, like the Metallicas, Zeppelin. I know Pantera was one of them as well. So when it comes to those, and also I want to mention, you can hear it come through because the solo on that single is sick, by the way. But who were those first metal loves, the ones where you heard and you instantly knew, holy shit, like I have to pick up a guitar now?
It definitely, there's a lot for me growing up. My dad is a blues musician, so he introduced me to a lot of stuff like Eric Clapton and Gary Moore. But my stepdad was really into his like classic rock and metal, so he introduced me to like Deep Purple and Pink Floyd and Metallica and stuff. So there's definitely a lot. But the first one I remember, where I was just like, no, this is it. Like this is what I want to do forever. It was Metallica, and it was their self-titled album, everyone calls the Black Album. I had one of those old Kenwood CD players where you could put like 5 CDs in at once and they would spin around, and the Black Album came on, and I thought I had hit play, but I hit shuffle, and I'd not heard this record before. I just bought it with my pocket money and I put it on and I hit shuffle. And so the first song that came on wasn't Enter Sandman, it was track 7, Through the Never.
Okay.
It just came blasting through my speakers, and I just remember that guitar riff. It felt like it was punching me in the face, and I was like, "This is it. This is the coolest thing ever." And I fell in love with Metallica from there on out. They're one of my favorite bands ever, and then Pantera soon followed after Metallica. Metallica were like my gateway band into Pantera, who I think are a bit more aggressive most of the time, and they're more like a southern, like a gritty flair to them. And so for Alone Again was like the first track that we sat and recorded together in the studio for this album. And so in the solo, I wanted to sort of channel Kirk Hammett and Dimebag, and that's why there's a transition right in the middle where it changes. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. And it also kind of reflects back to you saying you wanted to go back to your childhood. You're literally paying homage to exactly what got you here in the first place. So it's a nice little 180 or 360 rather, when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the whole point in this record. And we wanted it all to be raw and real. So there's no like drum replacement. We didn't sit down and cut riffs up so that they sounded perfect. We played them. And if there's a mistake, if the take was there and it felt good, the mistake stays. It's like, okay, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to make you feel something.
Right. Well, when it comes to right now, I know how much everyone is missing concerts and just want to get right back to them. And you had a little taste of what it's like to be back in
One
front
day.
of fans. And now fans are, of course, amazing. But I've seen some wild things at concerts. And of course, you have played a countless amount of them. So what would you say is one of the most bizarre, funny things you've seen at a show over the years?
Oh, it's hands down. There's one moment every time anyone's ever asked me that question. We were on tour with Avenged Sevenfold, and someone took a shit in the middle of the crowd. We were in an arena, a massive arena. There's like 15,
No.
20,000 people here, and I see the crowd split, and I'm like, oh, a mosh pit's about to happen. No, everyone was just moving
No.
away from the
A
guy.
mosh shit is about to
That shit
happen.
is what happened. Yeah,
Damn.
terrible.
Oh my gosh. What did you do? Like, did you just have to keep playing through it? Like, I don't know how I'd even react at that point.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not down there.
Yeah, same. I would have been too.
Yeah,
Well,
gross.
the last thing I want to ask you about, when it comes to my channel, I also interview professional wrestlers alongside musicians. So, if you were to have an in-ring gimmick or some kind of persona, what do you think that would be?
Oh man. I kind of feel like every time I walk on stage is kind of a gimmick or a made up persona now anyway, because I'm just such a dad. Like, I mean, I'm drinking coffee out of a Disney mug. It's going to be so funny when people see these interviews, because every single one I have a different Disney mug.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I feel like that is my persona. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Ben Bruce. My mom always refers to me as that too. She knows when I'm going somewhere or I've got work to do, because she's like, oh, Ben Bruce is here. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
I feel like it's Superman Clark Kent in a way, by day, and then you have a different persona by night once you hit the stage.
yeah, exactly.
That's rad. Well, Ben, I want to say thank you so much for coming on yet again. It's always a pleasure being able to catch up and just seeing how much the band's grown. Like, it's amazing. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, everyone watching, this has been Ben Bruce from Asking Alexandria. Be sure to pick up their forthcoming album release, see what's on the inside, and visit aliciatoot.com for plenty more exclusive interviews and features. We'll see you all next time.